Okay, we're at the Northeast Economic Forum in Durham, and I've got a couple of students here from the Prime Minister's Global Fellowship. This is Joanna, Laurence and Phil Naylor, who've both actually travelled to India as part of the FutureStory scheme to have a look at where future competition may well be coming from and what type of industries we're seeing develop. So maybe, Joanna, if you could just maybe elaborate on your trip to India, what happened, and what kind of things what did it make you think about then?
Well, initially it was a 6-week programme, so we had 3 2-week blocks, and the first 2 weeks I spent basically just getting to know the culture of India. And for me, that was when it first hit me, kind of like this globalised world we live in, because so many people you imagine Indian people, saris and things like that, but the people walking around in jeans and Western shops. It was very westernised, and you didn't really feel that out of place, which was the initial shock. The next 2 weeks were spent working in the school, and this is where I think a lot of us became aware of the kind of global competition students now have. These children in India are working so hard. I kind of felt here in England we kind of take our education for granted. Some of us even hate it, don't want to learn. But children in India, they want to learn, they want to do well, they want to get these good jobs. They're looking to America, to England to come and work. And I think a lot of us who went to India kind of realised what competition we're coming up against in terms of the job market, especially in today's current climate where experience and everything is coming to such an important part of getting jobs. And then the final 2 weeks I spent working in a global company. I was working with Tesco, and this really opened my eyes to global business. We worked in a call centre for one day, and they were talking to people from Newcastle. So it was just mind-boggling to think that a lot of stuff that happens in England actually gets initially thought of and planned in India by Indian people. It's not just a British thing. So for me, the whole trip really opened my eyes to globalisation.
Okay, and Phil, did you find then that you saw kids there studying, and they've already got a vision that they might well go to America to get a job, or the UK, or somewhere else in Europe, and maybe growing up in Durham, you don't really sort of consider that maybe my career is going to take me to Texas or wherever.
Definitely. Actually, the first day we were in I was with KPMG, and one of the first people we met was from Newcastle, which was a really big shock, and it just brought it home that it is global business. There are opportunities to just go absolutely anywhere if you want to go for it, and you've got to be driven, obviously. But that was exciting. I was working with India's business advisory, someone from Newcastle University. I just thought, where could I go?
Yeah.
And just on the point about the Indian school children, they were our age, mainly, slightly younger, but very much driven. But the thing that I thought of myself was, there's no reason why we can't be that driven. Comparatively, our education system is a much better springboard. The opportunities that we have outstrip what the Indian students have, but obviously they can make up for it with their passion and their energy. But we cannot do the same. We shouldn't be frightened about competing with Indian students, but we should think that it's going to be a challenge. But if we work and take advantage of the opportunities, like things like PMGF and FutureStory just proves the possibilities that there are in the region.
Yeah. And I think it's important to look at the opportunities, not like you said, don't be scared of the competition, embrace it, get motivated, get driven, and just go for all the opportunities that globalisation is kind of putting on the table for us.
Mm-hmm. So it's creating there's a sort of a bigger playing field, even if it's not necessarily level. Then
I think one thing the FutureStory shows me, and Prime Minister's Global Fellowship, is that it's not just, you don't just have to look to the boundaries of Britain anymore. You can definitely look a lot further.
Mm-hmm. So if you were thinking, Phil, about your career in future, this has definitely sort of opened your eyes up to global possibilities.
Oh, absolutely. Just like KPMG, they didn't actually call themselves KPMG. It was KPMG in India, and it was just like the business could go anywhere. They had so many. They were telling us like even your second year you could go to India, China, actually anywhere. And I just know that if I do work for it, I could see so much more of the world, and the Global Fellowship just really opened my eyes to that, and to see. We might be an island, but it's only a very, very short plane flight to just across the world. And
yeah.
Obviously, with the internet, it's there's we're not really an island anymore. So.
A lot of people don't get much chance to like go that far afield. Like, okay, you go on holidays in Europe and go on the beach or whatever. But for us to go as far as India and some of Brazil and China, places that you don't usually get to go to, and then these are the places that are really rising as third world economies, and really cool to play massive players on the economic field. So, yeah.
Okay, Phil, Joanna, that's great. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.